YouTube just wasn't enough for me for social media, so I decided to dive into something I'd heard a lot about, that I've listened to a lot of stories from on YouTube, and I decided to join Reddit. This was about a month ago now, a little under a month ago, as I record this on Sunday, March 2nd. Anyway, Reddit. It's a interesting place. So, I started with just Apple Fitness Plus for where I would post and read things on and comment on and etc. So because I work out 4 times a week using Apple Fitness Plus, I decided it was time to actually have some sort of interactions, even online ones, with other people who use that, because I feel like I'm literally the only person in my life who uses iCloud Plus or Apple Fitness Plus or really any of the Apple services that aren't Apple TV Plus or anything like that. Everyone else is a big Spotify user, which I respect your decision if that's what you want to do, but I'm more of a Apple Music guy just because it integrates right into my iPhone and my MacBook and my Apple TV and my watch. So yeah, I used Reddit to connect with people on that to get actual human responses on my Fitness Plus plans, my decisions, or advice on how to deal with. A couple of weeks ago, I had minor burnout from having escalated my daily workout plan to a full hour. I cut it all down to 30 minutes after getting some input with 5 minutes of core, 10 minutes of strength, rotating between upper and lower, 10 minutes of kickboxing, and then 5 minutes mindful cool down. It actually took Reddit to talk me out of eliminating the mindful cooldowns. And you know what? It's nice to throw some congratulations or good job or general support to people who post on the r/Apple Fitness Plus subreddit, because it's a good place, and besides, it enhances the community aspect. And since I was working on Pokemon Scarlet, I decided to go and talk to other people on Reddit on the r/Pokemon Scarlet Violet subreddit. And when the Walking Wakes and Iron Leaves event was going on, I decided I had to get in touch with other Pokemon on Scarlet and Violet players. Violet players, especially because they could host the Iron Leaves raids, whereas in Scarlet, I could only get to Walking Wake without connecting with anyone else. I managed to complete that one with 3 other computer players. It took a while, but I got it done. It would have been faster if I just learned the tactic that I learned about. So the great thing about connecting with people in the r/Pokemon Scarlet Violet chat, that was a great learning experience in how to collaborate with others, was learning that you can't just go into a terror raid for something like Walking Wake or Iron Leaves. For those of you who don't know, that's the mythical Pokemon that they only bring up in events every now and then. I couldn't just go in there and throw super effective attacks from a level 100 Pokemon that I brought in. No, I had to follow the plan that they set out because the other people put out these they put together these terror raid simulators for that, and apparently some of the Pokemon were just there to take beatings while the other ones inflicted the actual damage. Yeah, I actually had to learn how to use the cheer support system. So, in the Terra raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, instead of having your Pokemon hurl an attack or anything like that, you can just select a cheer that boosts the rest of the team's offense or defense. So basically, learned that I could do that, and I was given instructions on what Pokemon to use, basically to just put out there to take a beating. I also learned that the Focus Sash is very useful for protecting you from fainting, and I look forward to using that in future raids like that. So basically, I brought in a near level 100 Gambit with a Focus Sash that was there exclusively to take a beating while I cheered on the rest of the team to power it up. Now, the first time around, I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I thought I just had to use Gambit to attack the Iron Leaves, but then I paid closer attention to the instructions in the role, and I got them to sum it up as Gambit takes a beating while I use the go all out cheer to boost everyone else's attack and special attack. I think someone else did that as well, and then really two of them were able to beat up the Iron Leaves and then finish it. I think we finished it before. I think it was finished off before it got the before it got into that stance that makes its HP go down slower. But either way, I was able to get an Iron Leaves thanks to that because I don't have a Pokemon Violet save file at the moment. So I did that, and then I used my game file to find another walking wake terror raid that I could do because I was able to do that, and some of the people I was playing online with only had Violet. So I decided to be a nice guy and host the Walking Wake Terror Raid and follow their instructions on how to defeat it. And I was able to help others get a Walking Wake. My only regret is I didn't try to find more people to help get a Walking Wake during the rest of the event. But the point is, I spent time playing with other people online to accomplish something I might have been able to do on my own, but would have taken a hell of a lot longer. So yeah, after that, I joined the other Pokemon subreddits as I replay Pokemon Sword because I finished up Pokemon Scarlet last week and went straight into Pokemon Sword so that I could dump my Pokemon into Pokemon from Pokemon Home into Sword, and finally have less than 30 Pokemon in there because apparently you can't transfer legendaries from Go to one of the games until you've actually caught them already within the game itself. I don't know if that means I don't know if you could have just transferred one from, say, Gen 7 or earlier, and then you'd be able to do that. Because I don't remember it giving me an issue with it, so maybe that's necessary, but I know there are also ways to catch past legendaries within the context of the Switch games for Gen 8 and 9 at the very least. In regards to Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus kind of negate the need for having to have Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina and all the other Sinnoh legendaries be catchable in, say, Sword and Shield or Scarlet or Violet because, well, Game Freak would want to make more money selling the Sinnoh games on Switch in the name of money. But for some reason, the legendary birds are catchable in Scarlet and Violet. I didn't get around to those because I decided those could wait, and also I didn't know about the whole restriction for that. Anyway, another subreddit I was eventually able to join after gaining some more time on my Reddit account and increasing my karma and such was r/bald. Yeah, I decided it would be nice to support people with hair loss who are considering shaving their heads as I did. I'm not really gonna force anyone to do that, like pressure them into it. But I am going to say that but I am going to highlight but I have highlighted the benefits and pointed out that pointed out the benefits as well, and mentioned the inner peace that it gives me. Because I think I mentioned it in my previous video about why I first shaved my head. It's because I watch myself on video quite a bit and I noticed it. And I eventually decided to do something about it rather than just let it keep bothering me. Yeah, I also answer any questions about which products to use. You know what? I might actually post the numbers I had ChatGPT run for comparing barbershop visits to just having a shaved head. Maintaining it, that is. Yeah, those are the only three subreddits. Those are the main three subreddits that I've interacted with, engaged with the most. I joined the Pokemon Sword and Shield one and gave someone the motivation to not buy the Sword and Shield DLC just for the sake of collecting the Pokemon on because the Sword and Shield story was kind of dull in his opinion. I remember I was like, if you didn't really care for the main game, I don't think it's worth the $35 just to get the Pokemon. Yeah, and I get, yeah, the main feed I get suggestions from r slash self-improvement, r slash food. I haven't contributed to budget food once or twice, but I don't think I've joined that one yet. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here for the video. Comment down below if you're a Reddit user and what subreddits I should take a look at. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and I will see you soon.